Hey everybody, welcome back. Episode 3. It's a hat trick of Duke's Apocalypse Kitchen. We've got our own Facebook page now, so if you hit the like thing that looks like this, you press on that, you'll get to see all the videos, and it makes me super happy. It's the little things. I know, right? It's the little thing. Today we're making mac and cheese out of whatever I have in the fridge, because I just want some mac and cheese, and I don't have everything, but I think I got enough stuff to kind of make it happen. I have this Queso cheese dip from Trader Joe's, and it's going to be a nice base that I'm going to add some other cheeses to. I know you're like, Queso cheese dip? Why don't you just dip some tortilla chips in it? Like, that's what's good. It's better that way. Like, do it. I know, I hear ya. Our chips are a little stale, and I'm going to use those in a baked nacho dish in the oven, and that will perk those chips back up again, so that's a better use for them. So you, my friend, going in some spicy mac and cheese. The pasta didn't have elbow pasta, macaroni stuff, so I had these little farfalle, the bow tie ones, the little bow tie ones. I started them ahead of time. You're welcome, so we don't have to stand here and watch water boil, because that's so much fun. And it's almost done. I'm going to scoop them out with my little basket strainer. Spider basket, no spiders, but it's still called spider basket. I don't know why. Into the pan, and I'm going to mix my cheese sauce in it, my extra cheese in it, into one of these, and I got my oven going. I'm going to finish baking it in the oven with a crunchy top that I'm making out of stale potato chips. How did that happen? Stale potato chips? It means we just didn't see them soon enough. I mean, really, that's how that happened. So I'm going to put crumbled stale potato chips with some shredded parm mixed in. That's going to be our nice crunchy top. All right, here we go. Putting this into here. Turn the heat off. Spider-free spider basket. Farfalle, farfalle, farfalle.
The director is giving some direction.
Yeah, I wasn't a very good listener.
And I'm just gonna say, this is like every dream of my childhood is anything topped with potato chips.
Oh, I know, right?
That was pretty much it.
Tuna noodle casserole. That just rocks my world.
Yeah.
And the ruffles.
Yeah. You're making good choices.
Yeah. And then when we pop this in the oven, it's going to bake for a few minutes. I have dog cookies that we're going to make because my dogs are out of biscuits and they won't shut up about it. Not that they deserve them, but I need them to happen. I have to make these cookies because I need them to cram it in their pie hole today. Last 2 bits in there. All right. I didn't measure the pasta because I never measure pasta. When I do measure it, I never measure it right. So that was a little more than a half a bag of Trader Joe's farfalle, which is a little bit over a half a pound of a dry pasta. Open in the jar. Hello, cheese sauce. So I went through my fridge earlier to find out what kind of cheeses I had rolling around in there that would be good. I like using different types to keep it interesting. And I do have some shredded cheddar quesadilla cheese to blend. I'm going to use just a little bit of this, but I want to save this for the nacho dish that I just talked about. It is the apocalypse, so I'm not just grabbing cheese willy-nilly. I want to use things that I'm not really ready to use right now. Make use of all the cheeses. So I had some sandwich cut Colby cheddar cheese. I'm going to use this and mix it into here. And actually, with all these slices, I might not use this at all. Move my parm over. I don't need this guy right now. Got some big slices so that I can just kind of tear this up and mix it in. So how you guys doing with the quarantine? Staying home? Being good? Being have? I hope so. You gotta admit, quarantining is kind of hard, but the happy hour is unreal. Best happy hour ever.
Well, and I've heard a lot of the local bars and places you can still get carry out, and I believe our liquor stores are still open.
They are. You know, essential needs. I'm gonna mix some more cheese in.
And what kind of cheese are you stripping on there now?
This is the Colby cheddar.
Okay.
Colby Jack.
Yeah. And you said you could pretty much use any cheese. Like, is there any cheese that would be like gross on this?
Cheese that would be gross in it. I don't know. Not that I know of.
Okay.
Let me know how it works out for you. I mean, I had some aged Gouda in there that I thought of shredding, and that was one where I thought, this could make it go sideways. So I left it in the fridge. There's just a little bit anyway. We'll use it in another dish coming up, I'm sure. Or we'll just slice it and eat it with some apocalypse wine. So I want to really get that sauce around between all the pieces of pasta, because that is going to help make this nice and creamy. Since that queso already had a little bit of spice in there, it's like a Mexican mac and cheese, I'm going to lay some jalapenos on top after I grab a fork. I'll just do jalapenos on half. Last one. All right, guys. Now, Parma potato chips going on top.
Oh my God, this is my favorite part.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Really delicious. Putting them into my cheese.
And you said that was Parmesan cheese?
Yep. There. Every last crumb. Very important.
I feel like that's a really good strategy for using the end of your potato chip bag.
Yeah. Save it for the tuna noodle casserole, chicken casserole, any casserole, all the casseroles. Right.
Did you preheat your oven?
I did. It's cranking.
And what did you preheat the oven to?
350.
Okay.
If I do not mention the oven temp, it's 350. Because that tends to be the standard rule for most everything we bake. If it's something else that sticks out, that will always stick out in my mind to mention it, if it's 325 or 300 or 450 or something like that. When we do the rekindling a baguette episode, it'll be 450 because that's a different thing. Okay, this is going into the oven, as it's already cooked, basically. I want to melt the cheese. I want to brown this top so that it's going to be probably about 5 to 10 minutes longer if you want it browner, you know, that kind of thing. It's flexible.
It's pretty hard to burn it.
Okay, the other thing we're making are dog cookies. I made the dough ahead of time because it took some time that was not video friendly because we don't know how to pause yet.
So we're going to post pictures about your dogs, but
yes.
Would you tell them who your dogs are?
Ruby and Dashi. Ruby is a red pitty, and Dashi is a Jindo. They have very different personalities, and they're jerk faces in different ways.
One's the house hippo, and the other one's the yard Pikachu.
Yes.
And they're both rescue dogs.
They are. They are indeed. I'm getting the dough out of the fridge. Be right back.
Do 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 do.
Dog biscuits. These were made with a hat. I know it's upside down. I know it's upside down. I'm sorry. It's a Trader Joe can. The edge that you get to open is on the bottom, and it only needed half a can. So the other half is still in here. So I can't show it. Do you like this? Because it would pull out. Anyway, half a can of pumpkin. That peanut butter sauce. 2 giant heaping tablespoons into the mix also. Then it's 2 eggs and flour. I'm gonna post this whole recipe. There's not a whole lot in it. Don't forget that 1/4 teaspoon pinch of salt, because God forbid these things are under seasoned. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I mixed it in this bowl with a fork. I didn't use a mixer. I didn't feel like getting it out. It worked out just fine. Once I made this dough, I let it sit in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and it all came together because it really was kind of dry and stiff. Because dog cookies, they're pretty dry. They're supposed to be that way. I don't know how they taste. If you want to know how they taste, ask my dad. He had a couple last time he was here. I gave him some to get warmer with the dogs because they were kind of afraid, and he was talking, and he just popped it in his mouth and started chewing. Oh, hi, Dad. Hi. So if you want to ask my dad how they were, his name's Alan. He's a really nice guy. Put it there, put it over here. Okay. I'll take half of this. I have a little bit of flour to sprinkle on. We call it bench flour, fancy term.
Why do you call it bench flour?
Because you use it on your workspace.
Oh.
So it's not usually counted in the recipe because it helps everything just not stick.
Is that a chefy term?
Yeah. We don't need this anymore. The pumpkin that I opened up today, and remember when I said yesterday the tomato sauce, if you didn't use it all in the shakshuka recipe to hang on to it, we're gonna use both of these things in tomorrow's recipe. If you don't have canned pumpkin for tomorrow's recipe, don't sweat it. It doesn't call for it. I just know it'll also taste good, so I'm gonna use it in that. But anyway, so that's getting used tomorrow. Tomato sauce is getting used tomorrow. I have a rolling pin right here. Now the recipe I was using for this says to bake them for 40 minutes in the oven. I'm feeling like that's wrong. So I am going to post what I baked them at on the Facebook page. I bet it comes in around 20 to 30 minutes and not 40.
When you trained to be a pastry chef, did they teach you how to make dog biscuits as part of your training?
No. No, they did not. I'm going to grab my sheet tray. I always cook on parchment. It makes it easier for me. Okay, so in the recipe it says this is the point where I'm supposed to carve out cute shapes for the dogs. Cute shapes. They're funny. Like,
I feel like your dogs don't care.
oh, they don't care. This is true. Perfect. There. One for Ruby. And then, in the interest of not wasting any of this dough, I'm actually just going to go little squares. Lines cut. Cutting some squares.
And is this going to be another 350-degree oven?
Yes.
So it's nice if you do these in tandem because then you've got the oven preheated already.
Yep, oven's working. I like to get things done at the same time to save the energy. So tomorrow's dish will be a vegetarian dinner involving coconut milk curry and chickpeas, but it has tomato sauce in it, and I think the pumpkin would be a nice addition to it, so I'm adding the pumpkin to that tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be a nice little lovely dinner.
Will these puff up at all?
I don't know. They feel like they would because they were tugging when I was rolling the dough out. There's no yeast in them, but it doesn't mean they won't poof a little. We'll see. I'm gonna throw this tray in. And the mac and cheese isn't quite done yet.
So here's what we do in the interim.
Here's what we do.
What's the beverage today, Chef?
Today it's Lagunitas IPA. It's one of my
Okay.
personal favorites.
And we're still waiting for our cocktail recipe.
We are. That'll come tonight.
All right. And we're going to post that on the Facebook page, right?
Yep. Melissa's working on something awesome, I'm sure. Excuse me for a minute. All right. Gotta save this one for Ruby. That one's gotta go in. I'll start another sheet tray. I'll do that. We're not busy. We're not going anywhere. Speaking of not going anywhere. Speaking of not going anywhere. It's like a ghost town out there, and it needs to be. Because if we don't treat it like a ghost town, we're going to be left with a town full of ghosts.
Oh, man.
Stay inside, please.
I agree with that.
Please. Here's the perk. You get to touch your face all you want. And you get to do a lot of stuff that you get stuff done. Like today, I folded laundry the same week it was washed. Boom. I know. You're thinking like, damn girl, how'd you get that done? I'm like, I don't know. It was there. It was still warm. Put your hands in like, dry your sheets. It's amazing. I'm told that happens a lot. I had no idea. Parchment. It's nice. So much less cleanup. Everything comes off. Nothing sticks. Wouldn't want this beauty to stick to the pan. Gonna start hacking these up. Make little ones for bad dogs. Little micro cookies. Just to say you tried. Little bitty ones. And some bigger ones for when they're not being jerk faces. There, that should do it.
One of the things I read is that you're not supposed to pet other people's dogs, too.
True.
I didn't realize that the virus could sustain on dog fur.
I've been hearing that.
I hope it's not fake news that I'm disseminating.
Yeah.
But me not petting a dog is kind of a challenge.
Hard?
Yeah. I know all the dog names in the neighborhood. I don't necessarily know all the humans' names.
I could see that.
Okay, I'm going to do a beauty shot. Here it comes.
Okay.
Here's the director's beauty shot.
Doesn't that look amazing?
You know what that says to me? You can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're various sizes. And since the thickness is all the same, they'll all pretty much cook the
They'll
same.
pretty much, yeah. These little guys, I've clumped them together so that they don't burn. The little ones floating out there like the size of Tic Tacs, those would burn. So I just clumped them together. And I'll roll this out. You guys don't have to, after this is all done. I'm not gonna make you sit and watch it. Okay, so I'm gonna do the signing off thing, and we're gonna do the whole finishing, because it's gonna be in like another 5 minutes or so for the mac and cheese, and then probably another 15 minutes for the dog cookies. So we're gonna do our little closing bit, and I wanna make sure I covered everything that we're doing tomorrow. It's a vegetarian dish, and pretty soon we're gonna cover how to revive a stale baguette. If you have a baguette that, you know, is just dry now, don't throw it away. I wanna have it coming out of your oven like it just popped out of a Parisian cafe oven. It's a really nice technique. It's one of my best kept secrets. You guys stay safe in there. Don't stay safe out there. Stay inside. Do that. Facebook page, Duke's Apocalypse Kitchen. And I wanted to say, peace, love, and grace. Quit touching your face!